Welcome to I'm Your Target Demographic, and today we're discussing esports. This video is not intended for people that are familiar and know this topic inside now, but rather for folks that don't know what this means or don't understand its significance. So if you're in the first category, share this video with someone in the second category. What does the term esport mean? It's literally short for electronic sports, meaning video games that can be played competitively, either as an individual or as a team. This idea of competing has existed since video games themselves have existed. We had people playing Space Invaders to beat the high score. Arcades were places where heroes could be made, people breaking records and becoming local celebrities. When PC gaming became popular, this is where people began to play against strangers, people who could be in other countries even. This launched the era of international icons, teams and players that could claim to be the best in the world. We jump forward to now. This is not a history lesson. There are many games that are considered esports. They have tournaments and prizes and plenty of chances for people to compete. If you're a developer and you can find a way to make your game competitive, this can extend the lifetime of a game considerably. However, many games tout themselves as an esport, but if they don't gain traction, their competitive scene is not strong, and this could make or break the reputation of a game. Now let's look at some prime examples. One of the most well-known is something called League of Legends, which I have an entire video describing. This game was released formally in 2009 and has been supported since, with competitions and tournaments around the world. The 2016 World Championship for League of Legends attracted over 43 million viewers online, and the prize pool was over $6 million. This is their job. These people that travel and compete, they are sponsored by companies with endorsements that can support them financially between competitions. The latest estimate is that over 100 million people play League of Legends in an average month. This game was created and sustained by Riot Games. League's biggest competitor is called Dota 2, short for Defense of the Ancients. Dota's latest tournament, held at the Key Arena in Seattle, gave over $9 million to the winning team alone, plus millions more to the runners-up. This competition was streamed across the internet as well as being aired on various ESPN channels. Esports don't always look like this genre of game. A recent example is Overwatch, a team-based shooter that has gotten much traction from Blizzard, the same company that created the games Warcraft and Starcraft, both of which I have videos describing. Check out the description if you're curious about those games. Now, like actual sports, these competitive teams have staffs of trainers and scheduling coordinators. They're also owned like sports teams are, some with very notable owners including professional athletes like Shaquille O'Neal, Magic Johnson, and Alex Rodriguez, who all own or co-own their own teams. Since this can be a lucrative career, many young people might want to pursue this to live the dream.
So quickly, industry insiders are worried about a talent shortage. Unlike traditional sports, esports doesn't have a formal pipeline for turning amateurs into professionals. That bottleneck could even slow down the field's explosive growth. But some are seizing the opportunity. The Chinese Ministry of Education has added esports and gaming into its postgraduate and vocational curriculum. That means you can now take esports as a major at some Chinese schools.
Better known as Edge Consulting. We want to provide some general education about esports and gaming and help destigmatize some of the negative perceptions that people might have about the two industries.
You might be wondering exactly what's going on with your child playing video games. Is it an isolated experience? Are they getting anything out of this? Yes, they are. 99% of all boys and 94% of all girls before age 12 play a video game in America. There's a lot that can be learned in esports that we've traditionally had through Pee Wee football, Little League baseball. Well, nowadays it's more esports and gaming, character building, things like communication, adaptability, sportsmanship, all those important things that we've had in those other traditional areas. Now we're seeing those same benefits come through in esports and gaming.
Another benefit of esports are the cognitive benefits. We're seeing people make more accurate decisions faster. Professions like first responders, medical, and military personnel are now using video games to train so that they can enhance their skills within their respective fields. We often see esports at the K-12 level being used to create this sense of community. The quarterback on the football team hanging out with the person that's playing the oboe in the band, the person in the drama club, the goalkeeper for the soccer team. Because like you said earlier, almost 99% of people in this age group are playing video games.
The collegiate scene continues to grow, and not just competing in college, but also academically in college. Right now, we have over 600 different schools and universities in the country that offer some kind of varsity collegiate competition in esports. Not only are they competing, Chris, they're actually offering scholarships. There's over $15 million every year that's offered in collegiate scholarships. But beyond just the competition is the academic side, where now a lot of schools are offering esports as an academic discipline for students to learn about the industry. Careers are exploding now for esports as well.
Broadcast, production, team management, hospitality, We're seeing people become professors, instructors, coaches in the academic space.
Beyond all of those job opportunities and benefits at the collegiate and high school level, esports is global. So overall, we've talked about a lot of benefits that esports and gaming has to offer. From learning things that traditionally we've done through Little League sports, to opportunities in K-12 and collegiate education, also job opportunities. Esports truly does go beyond gaming.
About value and revenue chains at this point. Pro players and influencers attract fans to the team as well as to events. They are earning through various means, including salary from their team, personal sponsorships, and merchandise sales. Some players also stream their play on different platforms, such as YouTube, which could gain additional revenue for them if they generate enough views. Much like in traditional sports, they are the stars of the global esports industry. Game publishers or developers gain value through licensing, as well as through exposure of their game at various events. Historically, they earned their revenue through game sales, but with the market shifting towards free games via mobile apps, more and more of these developers are generating revenue through in-app purchases throughout the game. Broadcasting rights is another way in which game publishers can generate revenue. Sponsors are primarily driven to advertise to create brand awareness. They do this by advertising at events, as well as placing their logo wherever possible, including on uniforms and on websites, for example. This value can come from broadcasting platforms, event organizers, teams, and the players themselves. Continuing on, broadcasting platforms such as Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube are responsible for how content is distributed within esports. These broadcasting platforms generate revenue through advertisements, as well as through subscriptions from consumers. The primary responsibility and value they offer is a stable platform so that viewers can watch events uninterrupted. Teams, much like traditional sports teams, generate value through the players on their roster. Their primary means of earnings are through sponsorship, prize money, and merchandise sales. Last up are the organizers. This group gains value by the teams that compete in their events. They must generate a large enough audience to gain the attention of top teams and generate revenue from sponsorship. Production value and content, as well as the players and teams competing, are two critical factors that draw in consumers.